Good morning, Libras. Thanks for hopping aboard the Libra Love Boat. It's always nice to have you. Remember, you don't have to be a Libra to hop on the Libra Love Boat. If you feel drawn to this channel, this reading could very well be for you. You might want to give it a try. Ooh, looks like somebody's trying to leave a karmic situation. There's a new love just around the bend. Somebody wishes they had chosen you. So it looks like you're leaving somebody behind, or somebody made a bad decision about you. Yeah, they went and offered someone else the gift that they should have been offering you. And I think now they're trying to leave this karmic. It's not a good situation for them. Yeah, that looks like they went off and dealt with somebody else. This person would like to get, an argument or anything out of you. Anything, that would turn them on, just to get an argument, because anything that they can get from you, that'll show them that you still care. If you're just totally silent, it's probably driving them crazy. They want to get some reaction out of you, so they could try and, trigger you in some way. You've been on the fence about this person, trying to decide, how you're going to go with it. I think your emotion's been driving you crazy. One day you're against it, or against them. Next day you don't know. You're thinking, well, maybe I should give it another chance. You're just very undecisive here, Libra. Of course, that's a trait of Libra, undecisiveness. Taking a long time to make a choice. This person showed little or no passion for you. As far as expressing it in words, they just wouldn't spit it out. And they're probably still not showing any passion towards you, or, expressing it verbally. Might have been plenty of passion when you first got together with this person. But they are not the only fish in the sea. They offered someone else what they should have offered you, and you're going, well, good, let them, because they're not the only fish in the sea. There's new love for me just around the bend. That's what you're thinking. That's what you're going to tell them. Or that's what you think, right? That's becoming your attitude. Let them go. There's better for me out there. Yeah, that's your attitude. Now they're obsessing with you. That's part of this thing of they want to get your attention really badly. Now they're starting to obsess. Think about you all the time. They're trying to figure out, what they could do to get back into your energy. Remember, you're a lesson for this person. You're not a healer. You might have spotted their trauma, figured out, what was wrong with them, and you thought maybe you could fix them. You thought maybe if you gave them some time and extra love and understanding and, tried to figure them out psychological, that you could heal them or change them in some way. But this is a lesson. You're not here to heal this person. You're here to learn and grow from this experience. You're just looking for somebody with confidence and direction in their life. You don't want a bunch of drama, confusion, just somebody who's, got their head on straight. You want somebody who just stands on their own 2 feet, like a man, or a brave woman who knows what she wants. Bring some peace and comfort into your life. Yeah. If this person's already involved, they got some romantic thing going on or some action between the sheets over here, don't get hung up on that person. If somebody's got somebody else, just don't get hung up on them. Hold your emotions back. Never give emotions to somebody who's dealing with someone else. Doesn't say here that this person's dealing with anybody else. Not yet. But it's leaning that way. So things are happening for you. The portals and everything that are opening up. You know all about it. The moon and the planets and everything, what's happening. The retrograde, but things are dropping out of your life, coming to an end, and you're able to manifest now pretty much what you want. Now's the time. Right now is the time to go after what you feel that you really want. This person wants control over the situation. Hence, they would even, cause an argument just to get back in your energy so they can start taking control again. I think they believe they're pretty good arguers. They can, they can gaslight you. They get you in an argument. They figure they can turn things around on you. I don't think you're going for any of that. I feel like here that you're looking at your options. Other fish in the sea. Yeah, this is another card saying you had a new love coming now or maybe just a little later. Another card saying, go get what you want. Now's the time. Don't be lackadaisical. Don't let some good options or offers or anything like that pass you up. Keep your radar out there for important information or opportunities. Yeah, I think this person may have several karmics in their energy. Maybe one they're dealing with, others that they just associate with, and they're not really that. They're kind of low-vibing, normal people that they're not on your level. None of these people that your person here, we'll call them your person. You may not want to call them your person anymore, but that's what we'll call them. Yeah, they tell people that you want them, that you chase them, but really you don't. So they're trying to, build up their own ego in front of people by telling others that you're after them, and you're crazy about them, and all that. You're a real independent thinker, and you come up with all kinds of new ideas. So yeah, go after what you want, what you're thinking about, what you want to do here. Take one of those ideas, turn it into $1 million. This person's trying to open their heart for you. They couldn't express their emotions before. They didn't want to. They had other options. This person, it's like you weren't good enough for them or something, They didn't see your value. They just kept going on with whatever they had going on in their life, and the way they operated. When you came into their life, they might have made a few adjustments or deceived you in a manner or something, because they never really changed. They had all this stuff, all these people and karmics and all this stuff. They had all that going on when you met them, and they didn't change anything about that. They might have, not told you about what they were up to. They could have been mysterious. They didn't explain much to you. you just tried to figure them out on your own, and what you were like and you didn't see. You didn't like what you were seeing. You didn't like what you were hearing. You didn't like. So your passion started to fade for this person. Focus on your priorities. Focus on the things that are important to you right now. Priorities. Gosh, I just can't get the words out sometimes. Priorities. That's easy enough, right? Well, focus on those. Yeah, you'll feel a lot better. It'll take your mind off this. This person's still in your energy, obviously. You're still riding the fence. You just don't. You need more information. You just need more information. You just love processing information. Processing that information, right, Libra? The more you can get, the better. It helps you decide. If you do talk to this person, tell them exactly what you need, what your feelings are. I wouldn't share, if you make money secretly or something like that, or you have a niche where you're doing really well and you don't need the competition, or just want to keep it quiet. Yeah, keep your ideas quiet. Keep them to yourself. I think there's people out here that envy you or maybe even jealous of you. They will maybe try and copy you. Just keep your business to yourself. Somebody's trying to open their heart for you, but they're having an emotional breakdown. Obviously, they are not happy. Yeah, but they're becoming obsessed with you because, obsession is a big word, but it's on the card here, and because I think there's been silence here between you, and what's going on in their life is radical. It could be, what's the word for it? I'm always digging for words. I'll come back to it. Yeah, you're dealing with somebody that's got some emotional hang-ups, all right. They just can't believe that anybody really loves them. And no matter how much love they get from somebody, it's not enough. They don't feel it's sincere. They want more. They crave love, but yet they get themselves involved in these karmic situations. They're impetuous, that's why, right? They get bored easily and they're impetuous. So because they're always like searching for someone to validate them. They're insecure as heck, this person is. Yeah, they're afraid of commitment, a runner. They just don't trust anybody's love. And therefore they don't show emotions either. They stay vulnerable. Yeah, it tears them up. They're having an emotional breakdown right now because they're having to deal with the emotions that are coming up for you. They probably won't express those to you. Maybe in some love language if you allowed that, but yeah, they're a runner. They ran away from you. Yeah, you want out. You do. You want out, but there's this, this bond, this invisible bond. It could be a trauma bond that they put you in. Yeah, this person's got some issues, so they're carrying a trauma with them, so they just dump that trauma on everybody else or whoever they start feeling emotions for. Here comes that trauma, and it gets played out on you. You want out of that. You don't want to deal with any of that. Yeah, this is a very slow detachment. Both of you are having a time of releasing each other here. That's why I say, yeah, you've been riding the fence, but you know the smart, logical thing to do would be get out, but you care for this person. And you don't really, in your heart of hearts, you don't really want to let him go. Yeah, this person's just afraid of what love means. I don't think they even have a full understanding of love. They're afraid of love. All they know about love is that it's painful. And when they feel that that emotion of love, when that starts to rise, it's, they have an emotional breakdown over it. Kind of. They just, oh no, I'm in love. Oh hell no. This can't be happening to me. Oh, it's painful. I hate it. I gotta run. I hate love, but I want love. Sounds like an avoidant, doesn't it? Well, I'm just going to take a few more of these. Yeah, they want you, but they're really insecure and they're confused. Your hope and guidance is in your spirituality. You get support, love, and direction from your higher power. You could be some kind of an earth angel or, a light worker. Wow, yeah, this person's shallow. See, they don't know about love. They can't see beyond sex. They can't. I mean, that's what they do. That's what they do, But it's when they do that, it's uncommittal. It's like a one-night stand or a couple days or whatever, until the emotions rise. If the emotions don't rise, they might stay with the person for a while. Keep them hanging around. Use people as side pieces. Jump back and forth from one to another, because they want love. They feel like they need that. They're empty. It's like there's a cold, dark, empty void that they try and fill, and it just can't be filled. Wow. But they don't, when they're being passionate or involved with someone like that, they never let their emotions, show. This is cold. This is just a cold shot, Wow. Let's see what the tarot have to say. Now, this person's afraid of love, yet they crave love. This is an avoidant, or someone with avoidant issues. Holding back on expressing their feelings, and you're holding back on expressing your feelings too. Okay. Yeah, this is enlightening. Yeah, there was some kind of falling out between you. They were arrogant about it. They acted like they didn't need you and that they could do, good on their own. Could have ghosted you, just left you in the dark. Very cruel. It's they probably leave everybody the same way they left you. Just in the dark, just run off. They don't care about your feelings. Maybe they do, but they can't stand the emotions. You've caused some emotions to rise, and I know it's sad, really. It really is. Yeah. Yep. They probably told you, I'm done. They're not working on the relationship right now. They are not. They're probably out, getting involved with these karmics. All this activity here that they got going on. Or not. I don't know. They could just try to make you believe that they're doing all this when they really don't have nothing going on. If they come back to you, it's probably because they got bored. And they thought, oh, maybe I could talk to Libra. Libra will always take me back. Libra's a pushover, a softie. Yeah, this person likes being single. If they've told you that they don't, that they want to, you know, they've worked for their money though. You know, this is a person who's worked, they've got themselves in a comfortable situation, they're independent, and they like it that way. But they're hurtful, they're cruel, their trauma hurts other people. You would know because you'd have been on the other end of that stick, right? Yeah, they juggle people. They're a juggler. They might have a lot on their plate too, but the cards around this is telling me, yeah, they just juggle people. They hop from one to the next. They're non-committal. You feel like, you know, your intuition, if nothing else, is telling you that they're dealing with other people. Yeah, third-party stuff here. Now, this reading isn't for all Libras. If this isn't hitting home with you, then, you know, discard this reading. I don't like to make people feel bad or get negative over a relationship if it's not their reading. Just dismiss it. This is for those who just really identify with it, okay? They are not working on the situation. And if they told you that they were too busy and couldn't deal with you because they were working, they were just all stressed and had all this work, but yet they never even said hi or did nothing day after day, week after week goes by. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. I mean, they might have been working, going on their job, but there was nothing, no reason that they couldn't have got a hold of you or something like that. But as they're not working on the relationship, they're trying to release this pain, this obsession that they've grown to have about you now. Yeah, they're very dissatisfied with where they're at. Maybe in life completely, but they're tired of these people that they're dealing with. You know, they've just got too many people in their environment, and I think a lot of them try and depend on them, try and use them. Whatever, but you know, they like being independent. They want to be free as a bird. They're impetuous. Yeah, like I say, they get bored easily and make snap decisions that go against them. Wow. Yeah. Shit. This person is just one big contradiction. They want love, but they're afraid of love. They want somebody to love them. They really do. They have a lot of buried passion. They want to heal this. They want a new beginning. They want to somehow get back into your good graces and have a passionate new beginning. This person can't see beyond sex, though. Remember that. This passionate new beginning, they may be obsessed with that about you. And that's all they're thinking about right now. And they might be thinking, I'm in love with Libra, but is it really love or is it, you know, desire? Lustful desire. We'll keep going here, but they would like to get back into your energy and get something started back up with you. It looks like that might happen as far as they're concerned. They're kind of a control freak. You know, they have to be to live this lifestyle and They're really smart. They've learned how to deceive people in such a smooth manner that they can get away with this kind of behavior. They think they're really smart. They might not be that intelligent, but boy, they've got this worked out. They got this routine worked out to a T. And you're over here in the Nine of Swords, poor thing, having to put up with this. You're here, sleepless nights, your energy's all over the place, having all kinds of emotions. You don't know what they're doing. You're worrying about them. You're worried about yourself. The whole routine. You're carrying the whole load. You carried the whole load in this relationship. Yeah, it's too heavy for you now. They're not working on it. They're not, they're actually feeling a little better, They're feeling better because they think that they've got a real opportunity, to come in and save the day or sweep you up off your feet or something here. So they're being a little bit more optimistic about that. For some reason, this person's arrogant. They're bold as well. But here you are. The Justice card, that's you, Libra, and you're showing up as yourself right there. Again, you were the Justice card in your reading last time, too. Showing up on your cards. Okay. You will have what's coming to you. You will have your just reward here. But you're going to be the judge. This person could have, well, I'm not sure, but there could have been something legal between you and them. I don't know. I'm not even going to go there. Yeah. You feel that there's just too much competition. You got the Five of Wands, and according to these other cards up here, yeah, you've been put in competition. Yeah, you don't like that. You're nobody's option. Put you on the shelf with everybody else, so when they get around to your turn, they can take you back off the shelf and abuse you for a little bit. Put you back on the shelf, grab somebody else, abuse them for a little bit. Very competitive, they get in arguments with people. They're pretty smooth, but some people get mad at them, and they argue. Like I say, they don't mind arguing. They kind of like it because they're used to dealing with this kind of drama and coming out on top because they're good at arguing. Like I say, it's the gaslighting thing, probably. Turn it all around on you. You don't even want to go there. I think you're just so tired of this person, you don't even care if you even talk to him anymore. They're a burden on you now. You're going to drop this burden, it looks like. Yeah, you're going to do what's fair. You're going to get justice for yourself, right? Universe doesn't have to send you any justice. You are justice. You're the deliverer of karma. You're going to serve your own justice here. You're going to make your own decisions. What's fair for you. Yeah. You're not moving. No, you're not moving. You're not budging. Your car has run out of gas. At one point you thought this could have been a divine connection. You're not feeling that anymore. Not after you've taken some of this abuse and they try to make you an option. Yeah, you're being noticed by a lot of people. You've got star quality, Libra. And you're healing well. Yeah, you're strong. people are watching you. You may not know it, but you have quite a few admirers. It may be for what you do. Whatever your job is or whatever, you're being noticed by the public. Yeah. Looks like you're walking away. There's love there. You're leaving some love behind, but you have to be strong. You have to have self-value. Know your self-worth. But it looks like you do. And it looks like, when you said there's more fish in the other sea, more fish in the sea, I believe you meant that. Whether you told them that or not, I'm not clear, but you've been thinking that. That's for sure. Yeah, you're not waiting around anymore. I think you waited for this person for quite some time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they thought, you thought there was going to be some benefit to it here, but it doesn't look like that's the case for you anymore. Yeah, there's still some passion for this person that you're carrying. But the cards are saying you're going to meet somebody else, new love, somebody that you can love, and it's just around the bend. Probably when you get this person completely out of your energy and you continue to heal here, maybe that's when you'll meet him. Yeah, this was both, when you guys broke up or walked away from each other or whatever here, it was a karmic experience for you. It didn't just blow your mind, it blew their mind too. The cards are saying you'll both heal from this if you do walk away completely. Yeah, you've both been waiting. I think both of you are waiting for the other one to take action. They would just love it if you would come and chase them. So they wouldn't have to express. See, if they come back to you, they're going to have to express their feelings. They're going to have to give you something. They just can't come back cold and void, the regular old self. They're going to have to give you something. So they're hoping that you'll come and be the first one to break the ice. That way they'll know that you still care and they can just be the same. Oh, they might deceive you a little bit, make you believe that, there's true love there. A little bit, they just enough to hook you and keep you going. But believe me, when this person's emotions start to rise, they can't deal with it. But I don't think you're going to chase them. I think you might realize that this was a karmic experience and you're moving on. Yeah, you both have suffered from this. You both feel like you've betrayed each other. Why they feel like you've betrayed them, I don't know. Probably because you wouldn't stay in this Nine of Wands and just keep waiting and waiting. This person expected you to wait. Just expected you to always be there. And every day got more and more painful to you as you waited for this person. But what they did is they hurt themselves. While they hurt you, they were hurting themselves. I don't know if they realized it at the time, but I think they do now. Because the Tower card is in reverse over here. It's a lesson. They probably figured something out. So did you. This is what you're sharing in common. Tower in reverse. Yeah, there was passion here. They want to come in and talk to you. They want to tell you. They still have feelings, or they do have feelings. This person probably has had feelings for you all along. They just can't show it. And the reason they're obsessed with you now is because I believe you're the one that they chose. I think you're the best out of all their options over here. And you're their new shiny toy. But I'm telling you, you're going to have to watch out for this person if you get involved with them. They're in immature energy. You both were kind of in immature energy. You didn't handle the situation like you should, and you'd like to have contact. You want to find out what's going on with this person. You want to know if they do love you, and you're actually wondering if you still love them. You know, what is this pull that you have towards them? You might be thinking that you don't really love them, really. That you were just maybe in love with the idea of being in love. Maybe feeling desperate because you were alone for a while, and you didn't handle it right, Libra. But I'm telling you, there was no correct way to handle this person. Not that I can see. Not if you have feelings for him. How are you going to deal with somebody that won't reciprocate? You have to go a little overboard. You feel like you're pushed into doing more, trying to heal them, that kind of thing. It doesn't work. This does not work. Well, Libra, I'm going to have to leave this here now because of the clock running out. We'll look at this story some more next time. Thanks for stopping by. And until then, peace and love to you.